I've been singing Re de Re y Señor de Señores Gloria. Hallelujah. Cristo, Príncipe de Paz, Gloria. Because it is Hispanic Heritage Month or something like that. It is Wednesday, October 4th, 2023 AD. 9:01 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time. How is my stream? Press 1 if it's great, 2 if it's awful, 3 if it's a little iffy. We're going to have a fun show. Going to talk about Kevin McCarthy being ousted. I'm pleased. I'm tickled. I am amused. I am entertained. I am getting a sensation. If you caught JLP's third hour talking about in Manhood Hour today, Wednesday, he talked about all for the thrill of it. You love getting a sensation. And I love watching this suplex of, which is a pro wrestling term, right? Of Kevin McCarthy, the RINO, getting ousted. I don't even have as much ill will towards him as other RINOs. He's not the worst of the RINOs, in my opinion. But I'll talk about the reaction to his thing, his ouster. It was interesting, the reaction, okay? Trump's reaction to it, and others, RINOs. There was a Trump hater general who leaked out of context quotes, basically, about what Trump said about veterans and fallen soldiers and stuff. And so people are calling Trump a monster because he said such and such person is a loser. Give me a break. I do hope to get to this disturbing story for you guys about the Baltimore tech CEO who was murdered. That gal, Pava LaPere. Pere? What a mess. Are you guys hearing some background talking chatter? There's people are intent on making Hake want to close that door, but I'm stubborn. I'm not going to do it. Street preachers stuff, and an article from the Washington Compost, if I have time. We need more atheists, not God, in America. I'm shaking my head. This gal, not a Christian, not even raised Christian. And some beautiful music, and we are going to end on time because Wow HASSAN is coming up, okay? So all that, hopefully, we'll see. And your calls, guys, if you'd like to call in. But anyway, everybody, let's get right on with the show! Hey, guys! So, no music. Awkward silence. No music, maestro. Let's go. What in the world? Oh, darn. Well, it's good. Crickets. No sound, bro. Wow, a cappella. Cool. Sound of silence. Well, you know what happened, right, Bill? Nick knows what happened anyway. He doesn't think he knows what happened, but we know what happened. That's okay. You guys know the Hake Report theme song. So, what a mess. I'm wearing a Lynyrd Skynyrd t-shirt. Nice hat tip to David in Ocala, Florida. What a mess. Kevin McCarthy is out, guys. Kevin McCarthy is out. Just make sure that my song works from when the break song. You know the RINO House Speaker in name only? Kevin McCarthy, he's been Speaker for only a total of like 9 months, according to the far left ladies at the Skim, the females. I thought it was just bluster that Matt Gaetz, Representative Matt Gaetz, said, we're going to get him out of there, or I'm going to move to remove him. Well, I didn't think it was actually going to happen, but it did. Nice. Nice. And I say nice because RINOs ought to have a little bit of punishment or or a reaction or something, in my opinion, for being rhinos. And it was a rhino move working with Democrats. Now, we know that, in fairness, the Democrats, all of them, worked with Matt Gaetz to remove Kevin McCarthy. So they worked with Kevin McCarthy to push through not shutting down the government, unfortunately. And Kevin McCarthy's like, okay, yeah, we are going to fund Ukraine, but just not with this spending bill. But we're going to work with Biden and fund Ukraine, keep on funding Ukraine, which is war welfare, right? Most Americans don't like this war welfare stuff. You keep continuing, you're enabling the killing and the mess. I don't like that. There's plenty of mess here at home to take care of. Not that they're going to take care of that either. Secure the border. Give me a break. Psst, not going to do that. Never did, never will. So their plan is not to secure, was not to secure the border. There never was. Blam! Like that meme from space where there's two astronauts and one realizes that, hey, now, hold on, wait a minute. And it's too late because the man behind them turned on him. It never was going to do their jobs. The one job of the federal government to protect the land, and they're not doing it. So sick. So different people are reacting to this guy getting ousted. And I'm sort of excited about it. You know, it's kind of like pro wrestling, as I said. Oh, yes, nice. Something happened. But, okay, so Mario Naufal tweeted, breaking. House votes to oust McCarthy. For the first time in history, the House has voted to oust the Speaker, led by Matt Gaetz, who acts like he's a fairly conservative guy, right? I don't know. Motion was based on McCarthy's collaboration with Demon Rats during the debt negotiations. Raise the debt ceiling. If the Demon Rats want to own Kevin McCarthy, they can have him. Because one thing I'm at peace with is, when we stand here a week from now, I won't own Kevin McCarthy anymore. The Democrats will adopt him. That's Matt Gaetz' quote. Roughly. Rough quote. Meaning not word for word. They have a slim majority. Doesn't come as a surprise. If 5 Republicans go with Democrats, then I'm out. So he said, bring it on, and they brought it on. Democrats were skeptical of assisting McCarthy. They emphasize their principles over politics. Democrats don't have principles. Give me a break. Or do they? So, some reaction. Chip Roy. Is he the one whose wife accused him of that ugly thing? Evil wife? I don't know. Today I'm voting against the motion to vacate Speaker McCarthy. Status quo of massive spending, open borders, funding proxy wars, and weaponizing the government is unacceptable, but I am voting against this motion because I disagree with the tactical play call. So tactically he disagrees with it. Blah, 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 blah. Spending with cuts from damaging programs like Biden's IRS expansion and anti-American energy subsidies and zero out or constrain Ukraine funding while securing full accountability and transparency are the most important, he said. Blah, 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 blah. Joel Pollack, who is a guy on Breitbart, I believe he's interviewed JLP. He's been a moderator at Politicon when JLP debated with fellow blacks, so-called conservatives, about something, I forget what. Joel Pollack. I don't think he's a Christian, but he's a Breitbart guy. For the first time in a generation, Republicans have a House Speaker who is popular, who achieves results, stands up to a Democrat administration, and his reward is a motion to vacate him from opportunistic factionalists who could never possibly fill the job. Maybe, I don't know. That might be a fair criticism of Matt Gaetz. I have no idea. Jim Jordan defended Kevin McCarthy. He has kept his word. We should keep him as Speaker. Jim Jordan, I don't trust him. He is a wrestler. He worked with Trump a little bit. He was a co-founder of the House Freedom Caucus, I heard. Meaning he's pretty, those House Freedom Caucus people, they act like they're conservative or something. like they're for America. Thomas Massie was not even for it. Thomas Massie, we like him, right? Is he from Kentucky? I forget. Thomas Massie's the one who calmly debunked the blustering Jamal Bowman. You're not looking at the data. Thomas Massie powers his house with a used Tesla battery, and he's like a good guy. He did a happy Merry Christmas with his family all armed with guns. Nice. If Kevin fails today, we're going to get the Schumer-McConnell special. It's going to be an omnibus, he said, and it's not going to be pretty. So he says, I don't know, he's not for it. He's libertarian adjacent, according to Reason.com. Kentucky Congress Mail. He's not for that effort. And we like him. Do we not like Thomas Massie? I don't know. So there's people I like on both sides of this issue. Pedro Gonzalez. Pedro Gonzalez is, lately he's been kind of a Trump hater. He's been on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. He's an independent journalist type of a guy. Now he works with something. And I'm wondering if he's like paid by DeSantis or something. The DeSantis campaign, because he's turning kind of nasty towards Trump haters. I don't get it. But anyway, he says MAGA hates Kevin McCarthy. What does Trump think? Trump said the fake news media was very gracious in their reporting that I greatly helped Kevin McCarthy attain the position as Speaker of the House. That's right. Trump was for the RINO Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. Maybe out of loyalty, because Kevin McCarthy did function under Trump. So I appreciate McCarthy a little bit like that. On Sunday, before they removed him, he said, I always had a great relationship with Kevin McCarthy. He said very nice things about me and the job I've done, so I appreciate that. Of course. Of course. Pedro Gonzalez is going off on the Trump supporters, or MAGA, whatever he calls them. He seems to look down on them. I don't know if he looks down on them. Maybe he's just typing mean things, not really meaning it. Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. Why is it that the Republicans are always fighting among themselves? Why aren't they fighting the radical left Democrats who are destroying our country? Fair question. Isn't that a fair question? And if you think about it closely, it's not just the Matt Gaetz people fighting against the RINOs, like Kevin McCarthy. It's also the RINOs and the maybe not non-RINOs fighting against the, there's Trump with the American flag over his face. They're also fighting them. There has been evil people, for example, the people who did not vote for the government to stay open. They didn't vote for it, and then there was this guy like John James, the black guy who's in Congress. He's all, those clowns just wanted to disrupt. They don't do anything. They don't do anything. So they're just taking snipes at each other, sniping at each other. So it takes two to fight. To be infighting, right? So I don't know about Matt Gaetz, and I don't know about Kevin McCarthy. I don't know. Okay, so press 1 if it starts to work. Press 1 if it starts to work. Ooh. Press 1 if it starts to work. Let me know when it's working. Let me know when it's working. I think it's working. Yes, we are back. Thank you, Bill. I think. Okay, we're back. Took 2 minutes. 2 minutes down and 1 minute up. Okay. So anyway, I was talking about how, I don't know what the truth is. I don't care. You guys saw the Trump tweet. I know that you guys saw it because, spoiler alert, shared it. Infighting. There's a time to call him out a little bit, though. So be gracious. I don't think that Kevin McCarthy should take it personally. He should take it in stride, take it like a man, And same with Matt Gaetz. Just plug forward. Matt Gaetz is all. We need to go through a time of mourning. Nice. That's cute. I told you Dan Crenshaw was all mad, the guy with the eye patch. And they're all mad. There's this guy, Patrick McHenry, who's the interim speaker right now. He goes, "Ugh." And with his looking all silly. I know I'm like one to talk, right? Somebody else looking silly. With his bow tie, grown man, white hair, gray hair. Slams the gavel down, almost said the P word for mad, ticked, pounding the gavel. They don't care about the January 6ers being persecuted. They don't care about the crime out of control. I mean, they care. They care, guys. We all care. None of us care. They're dumb. It's all like Cortez wisely said, we're wasting our time. So let me get to Artie Art in Ohio on the line. Art, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing, Harry?
I'm doing fine. Thanks, man.
So check this out. Now I'm gonna use you as an analogy. Now let's say that you got a girlfriend. Let's say you got a girlfriend, or you married or whatnot, and your girlfriend has been physically and mentally abusing you. Do Hake kick her out, or do he let her stay in the trailer park behind a little mansion?
It sounds like I should.
She been beating you up.
Right.
She been beating you up. She gonna try to put fake charges on you or whatnot 3 to 4 times or whatnot. Don't lie on you. Almost had you arrested one time or whatnot. She done ran your name through the ringer or whatnot. Do you kick her out, let her fend for herself? She for the streets, or do you let her move into the back of? And you got kids by her. You got like 3 or 4 kids by her.
Wow.
Do you kick her out to the trailer park in the back of y'all's mansion, or do you put her out there to the streets?
I think that she should go all the way out. Not be I shouldn't put her up. Doesn't seem right.
She shouldn't be in. She basically shouldn't be in your trailer park that you basically used as a shed in the back of the house. So
right. She can't stay in my yard. She's polluting my yard, it sounds like, even though she is the mother of my 4 children. I don't know. It's hard to say what I would do because you said I have 3 or 4 kids by her. Yikes.
Yeah, you got 3 or 4 kids. Got it.
Maybe I do keep her around because of that reason. I'm not sure.
What? She don't. Bro, she almost had you locked up. She had you locked up one time. Yeah. She don't call the police on you numerous of times. She don't beat you up. I mean, did you want your food poisoned next? Did you want her to stab you up next?
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I should. What should I do? I think I should kick her all the way out. That's fair. Fair point. I think she should go to prison, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. I mean, what would you? I mean, with you? Okay, so I'm just wanting to use that. So I mean, that might have been a little far-fetched, malicious of what I'm about to use it for right now. But you remember I said McCartney. I didn't like McCartney from the jump.
Yeah.
I was saying that like they shouldn't have. I didn't want him to be the House Speaker anyways. I feel like it should have been somebody else or whatnot.
Yeah.
I think I said the black dude Donald Jordan's, and Artie Art ain't just saying that because he's black or whatnot.
Byron Donaldson.
Byron Donaldson.
Yeah.
I wasn't just saying I want him as the House Speaker or whatnot just because he's black like the liberals do. I was saying it for a strategic reason. I wouldn't want Jim Jordan to be it because we need to keep him in Ohio. I didn't want Mr. Gaetz to be it because we need to keep him down there in Florida. I wouldn't want certain other ones to be the House Speaker because either they weak or we need to keep them in certain strategic areas. So that's the reason why. And we could probably use, I think, Donald Jordan in that position or whatnot. It wouldn't kind of hurt if we had him in that position. It wouldn't hurt the right.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying. I'm not saying it because how the liberals is. He's for the LGBTQ or whatnot. He's for the MAGA empowerment. No, I just know he's better for the American people, point blank, period. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
So it ain't a color thing with me. So on that situation or any other situation. It's either you American or you ain't. Bam, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So RDR said what he said about McCarthy. He ain't like him or whatnot. Ben said that. So why then am I just now finding out that Nancy Pelosi still got the office down there in the Capitol down there?
Oh, is she still around? Is she still in office?
No, she is not.
I know she's not the speaker, but let's see.
She has an office still down there in the Capitol or something like that. So check this out.
I think she's. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
So she still had 300 days and some odd days later, she still has the office down there, the House Speaker office down there, and she ain't even the House Speaker. That lets you know how weak the Republicans are. She been going around here, been in office all these years, causing all these problems, tore San Francisco up, tore America up. She don't even want to go. She ain't even been in office all this time, over a year, and she's scared to even go back to this San Francisco or wherever she is from California because the mess that she created. She trying to stay down and have an office down there in Washington D.C. somewhere.
I'll tell you what though, she may be getting preferential treatment for some odd reason, or maybe because she's a woman, they're cutting her slack. But she's still a representative, so-called, out of California. Ever since 1987, I think. 87 to 93, 93 to 2013, 2013 to 2023, 23 to present. She's still a so-called congressman.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just now basically gave her a notice saying that she has to vacate that office.
Okay. Wow. She's been occupying the speaker's office for all this 9 months or whatever.
Yeah. And
Kevin McCarthy is such a pushover. Wow.
I can't say that about this McCarthy or whatnot. I mean, y'all wasn't saying nothing about. I mean, that should have been the first thing that y'all should have been screaming and hollering about.
Right.
First thing, let's get it. She don't need to be nowhere in no house, nowhere around him. You see what I'm saying? After all the damage that she done did, all the nonsense she been keeping going.
I know.
All this propaganda that she's a cancer. Why would you have her anywhere around? Y'all need to kick her and send her on her. She need to be in the house somewhere watching the Golden Girls. Why is she
That'd be nice.
Why is she anywhere still around? And that's my whole point of whatnot is that just like I said, she might be still a congressman or a congresswoman or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But why ain't y'all gave her papers and sent her? And that just show you how weak the Republicans are. I can't even say nothing about the Democrats or whatnot. She's a Republican. But why are y'all still letting this lady hang around? And it's so sad or whatnot.
Yeah.
Then I want to say that I agree with Matt Gaetz or whatnot. Everything he's doing. I didn't agree that McCarthy should have been in there. I've been said that, but and this wouldn't even been happening or whatnot. But I gotta give it to him because he stuck to his guns, or what Matt Gaetz stuck to his guns, or whatnot.
And he got it done. That's cool.
He got it done. Yeah, if he said if McCarthy didn't do and follow everything that he was supposed to be following, he was going to get him up out of there, and he did that. And this needs to be a point for both sides that, and even the public or what, and the American citizens, if they ain't doing their job, if they like one of the representatives in New York, that foreigner dude who's been stealing money or whatnot, laundering money, that they caught him with gold bars and a whole bunch of money or whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Then, y'all need to go ahead and get them up out of there. Y'all sitting here waiting for them to mess up 2 and 3 times. No, you mess up one time, you hitting the road. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. Yeah, no more. Yeah, first time y'all mess up, man. The American people are too light on these politicians, man. And I agree with Matt Gaetz, man. And this is a prime example when you don't do what you're supposed to do. We ain't gonna sit here and keep talking to you and trying to tell you what you need to be doing or whatnot. You need to. We gonna get you up out of there. We gonna vote you up out of there, bar. And this is how all of them need to be acting. They might be like, oh, we don't support this and this is causing chaos. No, this is a point to all of y'all. All of y'all politicians that think y'all about to keep pushing this non-American, this liberal, let's fund Ukraine, let's keep stealing from the American people. We're going to vote you up out of there. And if everything got to be shut down or whatnot, the Congress or whatnot, the House of Representatives, all that got to be, if we got to fund the Border Patrol, because they ain't even doing their job, so we don't even need a Border Patrol anyway.
I know.
You might as well just go ahead and take their jobs, then we'll shut it down. And then it'll go back to the Americans have to fend for themselves as American citizens, as a individual or whatnot, till we get something figured out, just like the forefathers did, when we set something up, another Congress up. But if y'all ain't doing y'all job and y'all ain't doing for the best interest of America, we'll shut everything down. Y'all already letting America be destroyed with all this liberal nonsense y'all pushing. So, I mean, even, what was that? What's going on? Just, even with the little lady out there in California or whatnot, I might be rambling on, but even with that lady in California that governor put in the position. See, I'm cool. Y'all want to let the boys play against the girls. Y'all want to keep putting these liberal LGBTQ females in these positions. Well, now you under the magnifying glass and see all that liberal nonsense, the policies. We gonna see what your policies is. If you ain't got no policies or whatnot, and the stuff that you pushing is hurting the people, you gonna make it so hard it ain't gonna never be another LGBTQ member or one of you liberal females or you liberal beta males ever put in one of them positions, because basically you putting yourself in a position. Now we gonna see what your offense and your defense is. So now we gonna know how to play against your offense, your defense. So basically, we know y'all ain't got no policies, so now we gonna see them. We gonna see the stupid stuff you gonna do, because you ain't got no economic policies. You ain't got no social policies, which I'm against anyways. You ain't got y'all ain't got no new ideas. Ain't no new tricks in that bag that they got. So now we gonna see what you got, and you gonna do what we know you gonna do. You gonna fumble that bag, and we gonna kick you up out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. You want to let the boys want to play against the girls? Go ahead. I'm cool with it. Y'all want to keep letting the immigrants come over here? I'm cool with that. Because the only thing that's ended up happening is hurting you liberals. Already know how to move. Already know how to stay out the way. Already got common sense. Y'all don't have common sense. Y'all don't know how to defend yourself. So it's only going to hurt y'all, the liberals. So, yeah, they cool. Let them come over here. Immigrants, come on over here. Everybody come over to America. It's cool. I'm cool with it.
Terrible,
we let the boys want to let the boys play with the girls. We cool with it. Y'all want to let the girls get a couple broken noses, a couple broken shoulder bones and backbones playing football against the boys. RDR is cool with it. I'm cool with all of it. Y'all want to let the LGBTQ members run Congress. I'm cool with it, because when everything hits the fan, it ain't gonna do nothing but put the ball back right here in RDR in the right alpha male conservatives American hands. That's all you doing. You giving us the ball right back.
Well, right on, man.
That's
a fair way to see it, because there's nothing we can do about it anyway, honestly. Seemingly.
Well, it is, but the only thing they're gonna do is try to lock us up, or say we racist, or we trying to make an insurrection over here in America. But you gotta let Mark. I think I seen something on the internet where they said Mark Zuckerberg got punched in his eye or got assaulted.
Oh,
then
really?
There was some dude up there in New York just got stabbed. It was a liberal dude just got stabbed with his girlfriend.
Yes, an Antifa member allegedly stabbed to death.
Stabbed to death. Liberal on
in
liberal.
D.C. or New York? I don't know. I forget where that was.
In New York.
Wow.
It was in New York.
Like 4 in the morning. It was like at 4 in the morning he was out with his girlfriend.
4 in the morning.
He's like, bro.
Yeah.
Killed.
See, that's what I'm saying. They can't defend themselves.
Zuckerberg can. Zuckerberg's a fighter. He's tough. Mark Zuckerberg?
Well, it looked like he got,
Except he's small.
He looked like he got them eyes black, allegedly.
Maybe it was in a because he plays, what is that thing where you wrestle? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's pretty good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He was going to fight Elon Musk, but they called that off.
Yeah.
So Zuckerberg,
Yeah,
I'm pro Zuckerberg. That's a manly black eye that he got, allegedly, according to you. I hadn't heard that story. That's interesting. But yeah, you're right. The liberals are the ones who are suffering the most, even though they're the ones bringing this on. Some of them are living behind gated communities and not suffering anything. But spiritually, they are. Spiritually, they're not getting away with it. They're miserable, and they're spreading their misery and false joy. As JLP, I don't know if you caught JLP today. He talked about how Letitia James, the black female New York Attorney General, and that judge Engoron or whatever, they're getting all this. JLP's surmises based on how he's looking at them, that they are getting this false joy out of trying to hurt another human being, Donald J. Trump. And Trump is handling it like a man.
Yeah.
Like Art apparently is handling it like a man.
Well, check this out. Just like you said, they might be spiritually getting it right now, but no, it's only so long that something's gonna happen to them. It's just like the tech lady that got messed up down there in was it Maryland? She got the dude in the crib. Baltimore. The one that was in Minnesota that was talking about defunding the police, and she got messed up with her kids. It's coming to a city here. They're not coming to just the ghettos. It's gonna spread out to the suburban areas. They gonna get a piece of what they were screaming and talking about they wanted. Yeah. And then, just like I said, they don't know how to defend themselves. See, this dude that got stabbed up all them time, he up there trying to walk towards the dude and tongue wrestle with him or whatnot. And my thing is this, I'm just going to either turn around and walk the other way, act like I don't see nothing, and walk fast or whatnot, or me and my girl, we're going to take off and run. And then if I do have to get in a confrontation with him, as soon as I see he got something in his hand, I'm trying to grab his hand, so Artie Hart might get stabbed one time, but I'm going to grab that knife. I'm not getting stabbed no more. I'm taking that knife from you. Yeah. He don't know nothing about that. He don't got no self-defense technique or none of that because he's a beta. He's a liberal beta. He ain't never been in no physical altercation. Only altercation he know is typing on the computer, false, what's it called, pandering and gaslighting these other liberals when it don't even matter, but he ain't never been in no physical altercation. But that's all I got to pretty much say. You're going to get what you asked for or whatnot, and then you ain't going to know what to do with it or whatnot when you get what you asked for and it's hurting you and everybody else around you. But thank you for your time or whatnot, and we still rolling with Trump. I'll catch you later, Gator.
All right, Art. Appreciate you, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Jeff in Louisiana is on the line. I will get to your super chats, by the way, guys. Jeff in Louisiana, what's up, man? Appreciate you hanging on.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the news or not, but you know who the Republicans called to be Speaker?
Was it Donald Trump? Oh, really? I did hear that Kevin McCarthy's assistant or something like that was nominated.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and about a few other Republicans then called Donald Trump to actually be Speaker.
Oh, that's
and Donald Trump said if he'd do anything, he said he'd help the Republican Party out. I don't know what that means.
Jim Jordan's going to try to run for it, according to his spokesman. They're all jumping in. That's
you want to know what got McCarthy out most though?
What's that?
Last week when that Bowman guy in New York pulled the fire extinguisher. Right after it, McCarthy went on there saying we're going to investigate. We need to investigate. No, I'm not investigating. That's what all the Democrats did, jump in there and do all this crap.
Say that again? I zoned out.
Because when Bowman, guys in New York, Bowman pulled that fire alarm, McCarthy had a press conference right after it and said he needs to be treated the same as January 6th was treated.
Oh, okay. McCarthy said that. Well, I like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what got everybody on his note going trying to get him out. See, that's the first thing he says is he needs to be the same way they were treated.
But Matt Gaetz wouldn't be mad about that. Matt Gaetz would be like, the Jamal Bowman disrupted a congressional official proceeding just like the J6ers did. I can't imagine Matt Gaetz would be for that, but maybe the Democrats, that's why the Democrats voted all against him.
I think that's why Democrats all voted against him. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean.
I didn't know that Kevin McCarthy said that. So according to Jeff in Louisiana, Kevin McCarthy said that Jamal Bowman should be treated just like the J6ers. I like that quote. See, I like Kevin McCarthy now. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I say. So, that's why they treated. That's why they be treated.
You know who else is? You know who else is running for the speaker? Steve Scalise. You know the guy who got shot. He got shot by the liberals shortly after Trump took office, I think, or a liberal. A Rachel Maddow viewer got mad.
Man, I'll be honest with you, Hake, I haven't really kept up with that much of politics the past couple of years. I did when Trump got in. I kept up with it, but once Trump got in, I really started keeping into it, and I watch a lot of it now. But a lot of people I don't know. I just say I can like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ramaswamy and Trump, and there's a few other people I follow, and like Nancy Pelosi, I hate her. I
don't hate her, but I know what you mean. I mean, I understand the hatred, but...
And you know how stupid your governor is.
My governor? Oh, yeah, you're talking about Newsom?
Newsom?
Yeah.
Section, I don't know if it applies to him, appoint that woman to the, what's her name, seat, the lady that died.
Yeah, Feinstein.
Yeah, he picked that black, liberal, lesbian.
Yep. Pro-abortion gal.
Yeah, Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution says that when elected, a senator shall be a inhabitant of the state in which they're chosen.
When elected. But what about when selected? When appointed?
I don't know if it goes there or not.
Yeah, because she's not a Californian. Does she have any ties at all to California whatsoever?
She's in Maryland and Philadelphia, Maryland and D.C., I think.
Maybe she's rich because she is the president of Emily's List, which is a rich so-called nonprofit political action committee. I don't know if that's a nonprofit at all. Scratch that.
But
she's pro-Democrat committee. What's that?
But it kind of makes you wonder. If you listen to what Newsom said a couple years ago, he already has a list of his people picked out, everything they're happy going to do. A couple years ago, he said, I hope I never make that decision.
Oh.
So he known it will come back and bite him in the butt when he picks somebody from out of state.
Oh, interesting. Maybe.
You can read.
Maybe he just didn't want Feinstein to retire early. He wanted to vote. He wanted to lend a vote of confidence to Dianne Feinstein. It's longevity.
Man, that woman,
90 years old in office.
She's been handicapped longer than Biden has.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're replacing her with someone worse.
Yeah, I was talking about having like the last vote he did, where it's like she's sitting there trying to do a speech while doing the vote, and somebody in there just say gay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joke, our whole system. People will not be able to be in office until they die. It's a joke.
That is a joke. You're right about that, man.
Well, man, I ain't going to hold you, man. I know you got more calls to get to.
Okay. Thanks for your call, man. Appreciate you.
Okay.
You too. Oh, you got me. I knew that he's a quick one. Jeff in Louisiana. Thank you, man. Jeff in Louisiana is going to make me better, not bitter. He got that click on me. I'll get you next time, Jeff in Louisiana. Okay. So there's a Trump hater general who is being promoted by this lame-o producer guy. I have let's see, Trump hater general screenshots there. HASSAN. Wow, HASSAN. Catch him in an hour and 20 minutes or less, right? Walking on water with HASSAN. But he's the one who's my sidekick, shows these pictures when I ask for them. Because I don't do my DIY show, unlike the other network hosts. John Kelly, Trump's longest-serving chief of staff, according to Mike Sington, has confirmed reporting as first-hand witness that Trump said, quote, U.S. militaries members are, quote-unquote, suckers because, quote, there is nothing in it for them, says Trump. And what could the context have been? I don't know. I can speculate. American veterans who died in combat are, quote-unquote, losers. according to John Kelly, traitor extraordinaire, one of many manly-looking but don't be fooled traitors to our greatest president, Trump. American veterans who died in combat are losers. That wouldn't be veterans. I don't know. Wounded U.S. veterans shouldn't be invited to the White House because it doesn't look good for me. So says John Kelly, said Donald Trump. John Kelly says that Donald Trump said that. Trump's a monster, and anyone still supporting him really needs to look inward, says this Mike Sington guy. And so according to John Kelly, and you see, if you're looking at the picture of him, it's like this older man, looks like a boomer, plus or minus, right? And this Mike Sington guy is a senior executive at NBC Universal, or was. He's retired now. He's retired. Look at him, how young he looks, and look, somehow he's retired. Hollywood's ultimate insider, entertainment, pop culture, lifestyle expert, media personality, Los Angeles and the world, Mike Sington. This guy doesn't seem very morally straight to be believing this nonsense about Trump. Show this John Kelly guy again. This guy, he's the one with the spiky eyebrows. His eyebrows come up to a point. Show the John Kelly guy again. That guy. He looks like a boomer, all tough. Don't be fooled. Trump was fooled. We were all fooled. Oh, Trump is appointing all these manly guys to office, these generals. The generals are a bunch of betas. They believe in the fake racism thing. So let's see let's pretend, I can only assume that these people are telling the truth. Trump said military members are suckers because there's nothing in it for them. Could be kind of true. I say that military members are in it for the perks, many of them. They're not committed to the military, all patriotic. And if they are, that's just emotional stuff. It's not really true godly loyalty. So all these guys who come back, I'm a veteran, respect me, thank me for my service. Give me a break. And we've heard that the VA is hit and miss, mostly miss, or a lot of times miss, with these military guys, veterans. VA, Veterans Affairs. They handle their health issues that they have oftentimes, from like rucking a lot, from the burn pits. They burn their poop and their trash and all that stuff when they're out in the desert in the Middle East. And then also, like, there's a whole lot of LGBT and POC infiltration of the military, and the real men and the independent thinkers are not welcome, especially under Biden. You know what I mean? You better get your vax, and if you're an independent thinker who's like, I don't really know if I want a vax, I don't know if I want it, I disavow you people. I disavow you independent thinkers for the sake of my channel. Yeah, you have like Frederica. Frederick from LA. He's not loyal to America. He's a Marxist. He's a, what are you, man? You're a pharaoh. He's an Egyptian. He has loyalty other than to his fellow Americans. He's like, I'm fine with the whites going down. It's God's plan. I don't know. Maybe that's not a fair statement about Frederick from LA, who calls into Hake and Anchor Baby and other shows. But, you know, sometimes they're getting short shrifted. Is that the right phrase? Short shrift? They're getting the short shrift. So maybe they are, in a manner of speaking, you can say, oh, they're suckers. He's expressing concern for them. He wants them to get more benefits. He loves the veterans. Trump does. American veterans who died in combat are losers. Which ones? Which ones? Some of them probably are, you know? In fairness, right? What kind of a sucker do you have to be, and how much do you have to hate Trump and be blinded to the fact that he loves America and the veterans? He's a boomer. That you think that he thinks that they're all a bunch of losers. It doesn't look good for me. Maybe he doesn't want them all decrepit. You don't want to just show decrepit, maimed, and mangled people on camera unless you're asking for money by pulling on the heartstrings of the people who feel sorry for people who have been maimed, like the Wounded Warriors commercials. Trump at the White House doesn't necessarily want to do a Wounded Warriors commercial at the White House. There's a time and place for that. They said that Trump was so bad. It's not in this tweet, but they said Trump was so bad because he didn't want these homeless veterans, because a lot of veterans are homeless, in front of Trump Tower. Well, who wants homeless bums in front of their building? It hurts the business. Nobody. Whether they're veterans or not. They don't have to be there to be treated right. So, nice. But yeah, Trump's such a monster. It reminds me of Art's question about why libs don't question things. Yesterday he called into my show asking, how come these libs don't catch on that bunch of phoniness? So, I don't know. Man, I wanted to get to this Baltimore tech CEO's murder. Maybe I can plow through it. It doesn't look like something I could plow through. And we have like 5-10 minutes till break time. Let me do this. Speaking of spectacular physical feats, let me play this goat thing. Nice distraction for you guys. A little fun thing, just for fun. You see the goat clip in the folder there? Goats are awesome. I saw this on a YouTube short. Clip 32 here. Goats that laugh at gravity at 14,000 feet up on a mountain. Part 2. It's a little YouTube short that I grabbed. Hopefully I don't get copy striked on it. But check this out. 1 minute clip, and it has a little bit of reporting. So it's some nature for you guys. These goats are like on the side of a hill, and it's like awesome. I would be like, whoa, I don't want to fall. It's a steep hill, too. Check it out. Hopefully it plays. What? Is that real? Is that cartoon? Real or cartoon?
Amidst the treacherous peaks, where courage meets the abyss, ibex continue their dance with destiny at staggering altitudes. In their relentless pursuit of life's wonders, these gravity-defying champions, often found at heights exceeding 15,000 feet, unravel the mysteries of verticality. As they scale the improbable heights, every step they take is a testament to unyielding resolve, reminding us that in the face of gravity's daunting challenge, they remain indomitable. But the stage is not theirs alone. In this unforgiving arena, rivalries simmer. The heartbeat of survival echoes through the craggy cliffs. Silent predators shadow their every move, plotting their descent. In the heart-stopping theater of nature's battleground, the mountain goats defy not only gravity but also the enigmatic forces of fate, leaving us awestruck by their relentless quest for life amidst the impossible.
That's sad.
What's your ultimate dream adventure that defies the laws of gravity? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Whatever. Wasn't that awesome? That's pretty cool. Ibex. I-B-E-X. They are goats, I guess. Are they goats? An ibex is any of several species of wild goat. Okay, nice. I didn't know that. So that's cool. You should have put us on a gore alert on that. Yeah, I know. You saw that one falling? My kids saw that and started crying, says Carver 531. I don't know if you had. I didn't know you had kids, Carver. Are you trolling me right now? So that's awesome, right? Okay, here's another mildly amusing clip. Just before we go to the commercial, the beautiful music break, which hopefully the music does play. I don't know. I used to like climbing up mountains and stuff. Hopefully my beta back gets alpha again, that I could do that. But, Bruce Lee used to look at these animals and fashion his springiness based on their mechanics. These cats and different things. Bruce Lee, you guys know him? He's American. Part German, did you know? That's why he's so awesome. And Chinese. Anchor baby. He's an anchor baby to America. Yeah, he's 1/4 German, I heard. Hake the goat. Oh, that's smart. Nugget man. Oh, I think he's mocking me. So right on to the GOATs. Greatest of all times. That's cool. No, Hake, no one here has ever heard of Bruce Lee. I know. I just like to explain who people are. Real quick. This is amusing. Girlfriend clip. The girlfriend clip. This is clip 31, guys. Don't do this to me. This is a funny breakup story I saw on Facebook, and I think it was shared on Instagram by this black guy named James Osborne Nation. Okay, so a little 37-second clip. It's like a throwback, and it's from New Zealand or Australia or somewhere. Look what this dude did to this gal with whom he broke. Because you're not supposed to end your sentence with a preposition. Whom he broke up with. Check it out.
A Cairns mother has been forced to block dozens of calls after her ex-partner allegedly took her phone number and plastered it on poles here around the CBD, telling people to call up and impersonate Chewbacca for a chance to win $100.
This would be the most childish breakup I've ever had. Like, all he had to do was be mature and go, I don't love you anymore, I want to move on.
The calls have been waking her and her three young children up at odd hours in the evening, and they're yet to stop.
I won $500.
Terrible, huh? Isn't it? I thought it was amusing. We're getting dead silence over here. Impersonate Chewbacca. Chewbacca is that big, tall animal person from the Star Wars movies. And he only just roared. And he would communicate with Han Solo like that. It's science fiction. Who would do that? But I don't believe that this girl would have just been so smooth about I don't love you anymore, let's move on. Just be mature about it. These gals. Now, I don't know this woman. I don't know when this was or where it was or whatever. Spoiler alert, found it. Ex-boyfriend puts woman's number as Chewbacca roaring competition to win $100. And what's a buck? I thought bucks was American. 9 News Australia. Nice. Good find, spoiler alert. These gals wouldn't be like, oh, I'll just take it in stride. She might have been partly evil for this maybe sort of immature, childish breakup ever person doing this to her. I think it might say something about her that it happened to her. Maybe. I could be wrong. So that was way back from 2020, according to the link shared by Spoiler Alert. 9 News Australia. See, I was right. Cairns. I didn't know there was a Cairns in Australia. Oh, Cairns. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce. Maybe it's Cairns. Cairns. Shout out to the Australian Hake and JLP listeners. I don't get the Star Wars love. I'm not 80 years old, says Raymond 11. Australian dollars, Hake. SMH says steal away. Oh, yeah, true. Old news. .jpg. All right, guys, we're at the top of the hour. I'll get to this Baltimore tech murder CEO murder details that you have heard about and some other things. Maybe the atheist story. Jewish mother comes out as atheist and is teaching her children and saying that it would be better for America. I'm shaking my head. But let's listen to some OK. This is Good by OK. Yes, the song is called Good by OK, Marty Anderson, from the 2004 or 5 album High Road this time. We've moved on from Low Road. It's High Road. Hope you can hear this You musical Philistines. And I'll be right back. Press 1 if you hear it shortly here. Press 2 if you don't hear it. And press 4 if you pressed mute regardless. And I'll be right back for hour 2. Hang tight, guys.
What's happening? Can't do without. What's happening? Can't do without. What's happening? Can't do without. What's happening? Can't do without.
Nice? I can't stand his vocals, man. It's grating. Is he singing through a hole in his throat? He has Crohn's disease. And find the good. Look for the good. 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 I personally like it. Not Christian. Absolutely kosher. But he's gone through a lot of suffering. And I think that's why he found something somewhat true, right? Well, thank you guys for bearing with me through the beautiful music. I got to get to some super chats. Hey. I'm remiss in not getting to all of the super chats yesterday. Based Nation donated on Rumble, a Rumble rant saying, here's some Alpha bucks. Thank you, man. Alpha. Yeah, Crohn's disease doesn't affect your voice. I know people with it, says MX Murder. Maybe he has something else. I don't know. He was suffering badly. And I don't know. Marty Anderson. Spoiler alert, thinks he mocks Christ. This Marty Anderson fellow. And that he's an ethnic Jew. And I'm not sure. Could be. The King of Graduates on Rumble says, ever since Nicholas, and he spells it with a H, and it's and no accent over the A. There's no H in Nicolas. And there's an accent over the last A. I will have you know. That's the American Anchor, baby. Started doing that one-man studio show. You all have had problems. Why does the quality of your show have to suffer because of him? Bad reflection for the whole team. SM blank H. TBH. SMH. Shaking his blank head to be honest, shaking his head. Nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. There were some coffees yesterday that I did not get to. I am remiss. Being enlightened till I rise. Hake, your AOC impersonation is impeccable. Double exclamation mark. Thank you, man. We're wasting our time. With his high-pitched voice. Her high-pitched voice. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's not a she, Marty Anderson. It's a he. It's a dude. He does sound like my... Hake is never sure about Jews' ethnicity. Yeah. Man, it's actually a little cool in here. I think we can turn up the thermostat 1 degree so that the AC kicks off. Nice. Okay, yeah, Sandy Cortez. Nice. JC graduated. Little Rock, Arkansas. Bought a coffee. Why is there a prohibited sign on your thumbnail yesterday? Because I thought I wasn't going to have my show. I thought it was going to be no Hake yesterday, but there was indeed. Is Hake about to be canceled? Quadruple smiley face emojis. Have my prayers been working? Can you ask HASSAN, 2 S's in HASSAN, Walking on Water HASSAN, live in 55 minutes on the dot. Okay? So check it out. And the intro with the beautiful sea and waves will not be excessively long. Nice. Can you ask HASSAN to finally read my super chat? He split his infinitive. From 3 weeks ago? I guess there was a super chat from 3 weeks ago. You can probably find the coffees, right? HASSAN over here. I think so.
Yeah, it's true. I did see it and I appreciate it, brother, but the problem is I don't read things that are very long.
Oh, yeah. Gotta keep it pithy. Keep it pithy. Yeah, I put in my instructions for my coffees. Keep them pithy. So... Too long. TLDR. Too long, did not read. But appreciate the support. James, you make me angry, but I will not give up on you. Also, will you be coming to my wedding? Various emojis laughing. Before you politely decline, I don't think my such and such bodyguards, very tough bodyguards, would let you. If ever we box, like fighting... You could wear your Confederate flag. I'd wear my Globo Homo flag, NATO flag. He didn't say NATO. I'm cleaning it up. That would be a great mashup. Oh, and how would you ask someone out? You're 42 years old. Ha, 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 ha. 42-year-olds can still ask gals out who are like 32-ish, plus or minus, right? Half your age plus 7. That's what they say. Oh, bye, James. Happy belated birthday to Maze, my favorite caller from Dayton, Ohio. Thank you. More super chats came in over the course of the last hour. BasedAmericaFirst bought a coffee. 4 coffees. Remember when AOC announced her engagement to Riley Roberts last May? I don't remember that. I didn't know that she did that. She got engaged to that live-in so-called boyfriend or partner or whatever that fella is. Redheaded, tall guy. AOC claims him as her husband when he can get free taxpayer-funded travel. They likely have no plans to become legally married due to the boyfriend loophole. Huh. AOC provides him insider stock trading tips. Oh, really? But because they're not legally related, does not have to disclose her illegal activity. What? What? Is that a fact? Is that an established fact? Whoa. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's according to BasedAmericaFirst, who is often not wrong, okay? More often than not, I would say. New York State civil case against Trump's business is garbage. Oh, that's the one with Letitia James, I think. When applying for a loan, assets are frequently valued and used as collateral. It's obviously illegal to misreport assets in order to obtain a loan with the intent to default, but there is no fraud if the loan is repaid. Oh, good point. Letitia James is using executive law section 6312, saying Trump's business repeatedly commits fraud even though it has never defaulted. Trump is correct that the intent of the law is consumer protection. Oh, the AG and this judge are basically telling a business making billions in real estate for decades and the professional real estate appraisers and bankers who probably personally know Trump that they didn't know what they're doing. Yeah, good point. Oh my gosh, ridiculous. Laphonza Butler, I think is maybe how it's pronounced, is ineligible to be a California U.S. Senator. Article 1, Section 3, Clause 3. This may have been what that man was telling me, Jeff in Louisiana. No person shall be a senator who shall not have attained to the age of 30 years and has been 9 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of that state for which he shall be chosen. He, keyword he. She's a woman. She can't be a senator. Man, what an embarrassment the country has become. Butler was a permanent resident of Maryland at the time of appointment. But she was appointed, not elected. Hake jumped in with his being all fair. Fake fair-mindedness. The 17th Amendment makes it the same as being elected. And a sane person understands the spirit of the law is the same. We do not live in sane times. And that's a fact, Jack. Don't want to dox Based America First. Just kidding. His name is not Jack. His or her name is not Jack. Commies conveniently interpret the law both narrowly when it benefits them and broadly when it benefits them. Galatians 2, verse 16, English Standard Version. Yet we know that a person is not justified by works of the law, but through faith in Jesus Christ. So we also believed in Christ Jesus in order to be justified by faith in Christ and not by works of the law, because by works of the law, no one will be justified. That's right. That's why when you say, Trump is convicted, or Sheriff Joe Arpaio is a convicted felon, or all these phony things, or Bill Cosby, or Mike Tyson. He R-worded that gal who went up to his room. We don't... First of all, the laws are against men. Second of all, you don't know the truth. A conviction cannot necessarily always be trusted, right? Many false convictions. And on top of all of that, the heart matters more. And the hearts of these people who are the law are evil. Crazy. Thank you, Based America First. Spoiler alert. Bought a coffee. I'm going to plow through all of these, okay, guys? I'm almost done. If, quote-unquote, Donald Trump becomes, quote-unquote, Speaker of the House, then that was the script all along since before the 2020, quote-unquote, election. We now live in a Jewish reality show, he says. Well, they make the best reality shows, right? Aren't they high verbal IQ, high emotion, and talented entertainers? It's the best. It's the best. No, I cannot picture him becoming Speaker of the House. He wouldn't even agree to it. It'd be a step down. It's president or nothing. But thank you for the generous support. Spoiler alert. If he does, then I'll stand corrected and I'll be like, yeah. I mean, I did compare this House Speaker ouster to professional wrestling. Am I right? Carver bought a coffee. Hey, Hake, can we hear your best try for the Chewbacca contest? That's terrible. That's even worse. No, I can't do it. I want my $100. One last one. That's the best one, maybe. I'm sucking in as I do that. Thank you, Carver. Being enlightened till I rise. Moan and Hake. Hake, I disavow loser veterans. Laughing face emoji. Also, Hake, these goats are awesome. Hypothesis. Goats are better than loser veterans. Not gonna lie, man, I used to identify with the whole veteran thing after I got out of the military, but I realized while overcoming that your ego is so boosted and puffed up from it, it's evil. Another identity to defeat, SMH, shaking his head. Now I cringe so much when someone says thanks for your service, I don't ever bring it up anymore, even when they're conversing about the military. To any veterans listening, you're no better than anyone for serving, quote unquote, right? Respect is still earned outside of service, and you still need to overcome the anger. Sorry for the long super, Hake. Super, Hake. No problem. It's a great commentary. Being enlightened till I rise. I noticed that when they said Hake is Irish, not normal white. Something in me, you know, some little demon wanted to be all bothered by that. And I now know what it's like to be black or Italian or Irish. And overall into the identity thing. Or a woman, and all into the identity thing. All right. I got to keep on moving. Let's get to, speaking of veterans, Frederick in Los Angeles, California, on the line. What's up, Frederick? Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Hank. Good morning. Hey, yeah, I'm a veteran.
Nice.
You gotta quit hating on them veterans.
It's no hate. It's, well... If I love anybody, I love veterans.
All right, that's what I want to hear. You called them bums earlier.
Only when they are homeless bums.
Nah, you can't be calling them bums, man.
Yeah.
They don't want to sign their name on the dotted line to protect you. Freedom ain't free, you know.
I understand, but the veterans haven't won us any freedom. We don't even we have less freedom today and more veterans than ever.
You think you have less freedom?
Yeah, we have less freedom today than ever.
No, stop that.
Just quit capping.
We're protected here. We have the strongest military. I believe these statistics. I called in about literacy.
Okay.
And a lot of Americans are illiterate. They can't even read. And it's costing Americans like $350 billion a year because y'all believe what y'all want to, and y'all don't read. You know where the money's going in America? The Nigerians are coming to get it. They have a literacy rate over there. Like, they're the immigrants with the most bachelor degrees in the United States.
Who is that?
They first
Nigerians?
Under the Nigerians. Yeah, they taking over all the doctor roles. The Nigerians are marrying the black women, and they are the most educated immigrants over here. 64% of them have bachelor degrees compared to 32% of all the other foreigners. Or the United States only have 32% bachelor degrees. So what's wrong with the blacks? It ain't the blacks, because the Nigerians are on their game, and they turning these American black women and having kids bound, and they second generation is even more educated than the first generation born immigrant Nigerians.
Yeah.
But anyway, once y'all learn how to read, y'all understand how the world works.
Oh.
Because the people love the uneducated, like they say on stage, is who's pumping y'all's head up to act like they doing no wrong and they committing all the crime. Like Trump in New York. Let's talk about, is he going to tell who the man he was greasing their pockets because he writes on the application that, oh, well, they're supposed to double check. No, who's the mob that you're greasing their pockets that slides the application on pass for 20 years and don't look at what you wrote because they're part of the organization? You feel me? So you writing up...
I tuned out. I was concerned about my stream.
Don't be concerned, man.
I wanted to make sure my stream was up. I don't want them to...
Okay. I thought something I was saying.
No.
Are you following?
So no, I didn't follow what you just said there. Repeat your point. I'm sorry.
I said, do you think that they will go after Trump and make him explain of how you can misevaluate the property, and then the people who check off on it that don't check, like you've been doing? He said, it's not my fault they didn't run the people to... But who are the people, palms that you're greasing to let all these applications be approved in the first place. Either he's going to turn or the mob's going to come after him. So, I mean, this is like...
Did you hear Did you hear Based America First super chat about the New York? Are you referring to the New York State civil case?
Yes.
Based America First.
If he can't do...
I deem Based America First to be more literate than you, sir, Frederick from Los Angeles. Although you may be more literate than me, Based America First is more literate than you, and he knows that's a joke of a case. It's a garbage.
That's an assumption.
I know.
That's not too fast.
I think it's
no literacy test.
It's a fair assumption.
Y'all live by assuming.
No, this is a valid assumption. Are you assuming that Trump greased palms by giving them money to commit some type of fraud or something? Are you assuming that Trump greased palms?
I'm assuming he greased palms.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that. Yeah. I'm safely assuming that Based America First is more.
You have no evidence. He's guilty of fraud and been indicted.
What?
I've been no indicted, or have I given a literacy test? So what evidence do you have to come to an assumption as of I'm guilty of anything by assuming that he was successful at acquiring loans by?
Where did you get that he's guilty of fraud?
Huh?
Let's move on from your illiteracy because I don't want to embarrass you too much.
All right. That's all.
Where did you get?
I am assuming.
Where did you get that he's guilty of fraud?
Oh, he's been. Trump organization has been found guilty of, I think, 11 or 13 charges of fraud.
By who?
By Letitia James.
Letitia James doesn't find anybody guilty. She brings charges.
She found him guilty enough to indict him. That's why he's going to court.
Well, then you just made up something. You're acting illiterate right now.
When they charge you, they got enough evidence where you got to prove that you're innocent.
No, you don't.
But you know what's going on.
You're acting illiterate. You're speaking very illiterately about the law. You don't prove your innocence.
He is going to court, right? You know. Get caught up on the little things.
You said found guilty.
Get caught up on the little things.
Hold on, man. When you say found guilty, that means that generally people tend to assume that means found guilty in the court of law. And then you said, oh, well, Letitia James found him guilty enough we're going to bring charges. That's not found guilty. You're being silly. You're being kind of black.
Right. They don't need This is a different type of court. They don't really need a...
Yeah, it's a civil court. It's a civil case. It's not even a criminal case. So fraud with an asterisk. Did you hear Based America First? Did you hear Based America First super chat about this?
What do you say? I can't read. What do you say?
He said...
This is the second or the first super chat?
It was among the 4 coffees that he bought. I'll read it again because it bears repeating. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
The New York civil case against Trump's business is garbage. When applying for a loan, assets are frequently valued and used as collateral, such as Mar-a-Lago, etc. It's obviously illegal to misreport assets in order to obtain a loan with the intent to default, but there's no fraud if the loan is repaid, and he repaid his loans, I guess, right? Letitia James is using executive law section 6312, saying Trump's business repeatedly commits fraud, even though it has never defaulted on any loans. Trump is correct that the intent of the law is consumer protection. The attorney general and judge are basically telling a business making billions in real estate for decades, and the professional real estate appraisers and bankers who probably knew Trump personally, that they don't know what they're doing. So it's a bunch of eggheads, a couple of eggheads, the attorney general and the judge, who aren't even involved in this business stuff, meddling in the affairs of these businesses that have run successful businesses.
We got to get the corruption out of politics. And
that has nothing to do with Trump's case.
All of business.
So you're saying we should get the corruption out of Letitia James and this judge?
All business, yeah. If there's corruption, we need to cut it out.
Yeah, cut out Letitia James and this judge?
If you can find them corrupt, I say file some charges. Yeah.
Because did you comprehend Base America First super chat or no?
Yeah, he act like he's in the courthouse and he got the answers, but he's just opinionated. He don't know if it's nothing or not. I mean, if it was nothing, why is it on the news? That's his opinion of the case.
So I don't think that you really did comprehend it. I don't think you did comprehend it.
He's trying to give y'all some comfort because he's trying to give y'all some comfort. The verdict is
he's not giving. I don't care. I don't need any comfort about Trump's case.
Exactly, because y'all are illiterate and y'all really don't understand what it means.
Speak for yourself.
54% of the
Look who's talking.
54% of the United States citizens.
This is why I love the blacks.
Sixth grade level.
If I love anybody, I love the blacks because they are shamelessly.
Why does half of the whites?
They're shamelessly ignorant and just spout off ignorantly.
These are facts. I'm telling you.
You were presented with facts. And you just dismiss it.
That was not a fact.
Those are a bunch of facts.
No, he said it was nothing, and it's more than nothing.
He didn't say nothing. He said
started
garbage.
Off with a whole. Yeah, okay.
He said garbage.
Okay.
That part was opinion. The whole rest of it was not opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
I'm sure. Just like the historians, Edward Baptiste was talking about when they was like slavery was so hard and you don't believe. He's like slavery wasn't that
Explain
bad.
to me.
I heard good accounts of slavery.
Explain to me Frederick, explain to me Executive Law Section 6312.
Man, I ain't explaining to you that. Listen, you explain to me.
I know that's not fair. Tell a black to recite something that he's not going to. Mr. Literate,
what?
Recite something like you know what you're talking about.
You act like I passed the bar exam or something.
You don't have to pass the bar exam. You have to just read up what the law is supposed to be simple.
That don't make you literate.
I know.
So what is the question? I mean, y'all
what a mess.
Clueless.
I know.
Yeah, what a mess. Hey.
Yeah.
I don't even really call you that much because you be getting all loosey-goosey and scary and thinking you know where I'm going and try to hang up on me. But I'm trying to tell you how this plan's unfolding with these central banks. These immigrants are coming in, and they're going to have businesses owned by these Nigerians. Remember that scam they do from Nigeria by calling? It's here, baby. And don't get sucked up into it because they're running it on the Mexicans and they're running it on the Honduras and the Guatemalans. I'm talking about like all the kids from these Nigerians ain't bachelor degree students. Some of them aren't African American blacks either. But scam is big. We need to stop it. These illegals coming in. We need to stop it. But it's the people at the top that's bringing them in. Until you stop these people that all these Christians are uplifting and acting like these true religions. Moses was a stolen story from Akhenaten. He moved Egypt to the south and crossed the river.
You're doing stream of consciousness.
Like Moses. I'm telling you, look it up.
Why do I care about?
Akhenaten, the one moved
what do I care?
To the south. He started one God and created monotheism. And then once they try to praise King Tut, his son, and kill him as a polytheistic
you're meandering,
pharaoh.
Man.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you the lies that y'all under is why y'all so illiterate.
Okay.
It's costing us money. Read a book.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Take it easy, Hake.
All right, bye. Man, let me get to Eric in California who's on the line. Eric, thanks for calling, man. What's up?
Hey, James. You know, what's funny is Kevin was blaming, and some other Republicans too, these 8 Republicans that voted against, I guess, the 200 or so.
Yeah.
And all that says is that the rest of them are corrupt. All he's stating, all McCarthy was stating is that there's only 8 good ones.
I know. You know,
I mean...
And I can't even say that those 8 are good. And I can't even necessarily say that all the other 200 Republicans in there are corrupt, necessarily.
Well, I mean, the fact that they voted for a man that has gotten nothing done, even Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene voted for keeping him.
They're women.
I mean, that shows that they're not really standing up to this talk that they used in the campaign.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we're gonna be tough now and all this kind of stuff. And then they're not tough.
Fair point.
And another thing that he said in his speech is kind of interesting. He compared himself to Lou Gehrig. He said,
Lou Gehrig?
You know Lou Gehrig, the baseball player?
Yeah, after whose name Lou Gehrig's disease is
right,
named.
and now they call it ALS.
Yeah.
So his loss of being on a political pedestal, he's comparing himself from losing that to a man that is going to lose all the functions of his body. What a narcissist.
Oh, yeah, wow. Crazy.
Unbelievable. I mean, yeah, he still gets to go golfing. He still gets to go speedboating or doing whatever he wants to do.
Whoa.
To compare himself to a man that is gone from a baseball career to losing all the loss of his arms and legs, that's pure narcissism. And that shows us who Kevin McCarthy is. And that shows us who even the Republican Party is. And that's why, our country's going up in flames. I think Matt Gaetz is the greatest guy. He is not taking any money from lobbyists.
That feels like a talking point. That feels like a...
Well, McCarthy...
the reason I say that is because there's a bunch of Democrats...
Said that.
There's a bunch of Democrats who say that, and those are not principled or decent Democrats. Cortez and all them.
Well, I think it's the right way. Whether they're decent or principled,
yeah,
I think it's the way to go. I mean, why should people be answering to people outside their jurisdiction? Why should people be answering to foreign entities or corporations? Why shouldn't they just be answering to the people that live within their districts and whose well-being they should support?
Yeah.
So if he's the only one, Matt Gaetz is the only one not taking lobbyist money,
yeah,
I think he's the only one worth anything.
I don't know. It's more than whether you're taking the lobbyist money or not, though. Obviously, I know that you agree with this.
But why would you take a lobbyist money? It's a bribe.
But why wouldn't you and just take the money and do whatever?
It's dishonest.
How is it dishonest?
Why would you have somebody representing you in your interest? Okay, so I used to work in a synagogue, right?
A synagogue?
And I used to work in a synagogue, a Christian man.
Okay.
And I heard one day the rabbi state that it's anti-Semitic because they're passing out these brochures somewhere or throwing them on lawns that state that these congressmen and senators are also dual citizens with Israel.
Oh, he's saying that it's anti-Semitic to point out that they're dual citizens? That's
what he was stating.
Yeah. And saying, no dual citizenship is what a lot of whites
want. And I pointed out
want.
to him, I pointed out to him, I said, as much as good feelings you feel about the synagogue next door, happen to be Del Mar and La Jolla, as much as you feel good feelings about them, you would never have somebody that's also a member of the La Jolla synagogue on your Del Mar synagogue, right?
Right.
And so what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point of lobbyists? That's a lobbyist. Somebody that's a dual citizen with another country is a lobbyist in a position of creating the rules for Americans.
I don't know. I don't understand the lobbyist thing, because isn't there a gun lobby, NRA? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it shouldn't exist. Maybe it shouldn't exist. Maybe because the gun lobby, and I happen to be for the Second Amendment, but
right.
But
they're a bunch of rhinos too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Except for Gun Owners of America. But go ahead.
The rhinos are supported, and they will support anything that gives them money.
You think it's that bad, huh?
Just as soulless and just as decrepit as the Democrats. But Why should anybody who's representing you in the Congress, in your little locality, why should any of them be influenced by anyone other than the people that live in that area?
That would be nice, but it's not reality, you know?
Well, why can't we have what's nice?
Because
our founding fathers
reality.
didn't settle for this. Yeah, I know, but our founding fathers didn't settle for this.
I don't know what
Did
they
they?
settled for. I wasn't around back then.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, they came up with the Constitution,
Yeah.
and it came up with the Bill of Rights and all of that. And so, why are we settling for anything? We only have one life.
Yeah, but we
We're
don't
trying
have
to
a
be
choice but to
popular?
settle for it, really, do we?
You do have a choice.
What choice is that?
The choice is you can stand up against it and be unpopular and be ridiculed by all of your friends and family. Just like
It's not that bad.
like all the people, we remember in society, including Jesus. It's the way to go.
Oh, I think you may be right, but it's more than I don't know how much I trust Matt Gaetz or not. I
think he's
like
a good
him
guy.
a little
You
bit.
know, I've seen him.
Say again?
I've seen him. I think he's a good guy, but I trust no man.
Yeah.
I listened to your friend Jesse Lee Peterson. One thing that's been reinforced inside of me is there is no reason to have friends. You can have acquaintances, friendly acquaintances,
Yeah.
but don't have a friend because you're giving up your soul. And when you have a friend in the government,
Yeah.
like the Republicans would so wish to have, they all want to be popular with the Democrats or even liberals on TV and so on. They all wish for that. That's the wrong way to go. You should wish for unpopularity because that's a sign that you're doing something right.
What do you think about, what's your impression of Justice Clarence Thomas?
From what I've heard, I think he's a pretty good guy.
Same.
And
But
I agree with him.
there's this billionaire who is a big fan of his. He really likes history, and Justice Clarence Thomas is living history. And he's gone out on yachts with this guy, taking jet travel and vacations, and the guy even helped out his grandson or granddaughter or something like that with college or something. And some of the liberals are acting like not the liberals on the court. I haven't heard anything from the Supreme Court fellow justices, but the liberals, media, and corrupt Democrats are pretending like he's being influenced by that money and favors from this billionaire guy who's somewhat conservative.
Well, I don't know enough about it to really make an actual statement, but I will say this. It seems like the liberals, whenever somebody is doing the same thing as them, they're going to attack them on it. Look at Russell Brand.
Yeah.
I mean, liberals are happy with transgender people doing lap dances on 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then all of a sudden, Russell Brand starts pointing out the truth about what's going on, and then they attack him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for something that he used to be doing years ago when he was sleeping around like a slut maker. Terrible.
And as far as Clarence Thomas, I mean, what's illegal about getting on a lot? I know there might be influence, but he seems pretty. I mean, what is he not supposed to do? Have a friend with a yacht for the rest of life?
I know.
You know, I mean, this is the first time I've heard of this, and that's just my initial reaction.
Yeah, I have the same initial reaction to you as you on this because Justice Clarence Thomas, out of all of the Supreme Court justices, he seems like the most unshakable one. Maybe I'm I'm blind and misjudging the man is more solid than he really is. I don't know. But I don't think so.
Yeah. And speaking of the Supreme Court, I was listening to another podcaster, Lionel, if you know him, Lionel Nation, but he was at one time pointing out, there's no Catholics and Jews on the Supreme Court. That's all there is. There are no Protestant Christians on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, you're right, because the Amy Barrett, Catholic, I think, and she's barely. And
all
she's
the
a
white
woman.
people are Catholic or Jews.
Thomas is a Catholic. I don't know what Sotomayor is. She's probably Catholic, right? She's a liberal.
And my ancestors came here in 1620. They were from Holland, and they settled the nation. And then other ancestors came in the 1800s, and they settled the Midwest. And we did it. We did it without airplanes. We did it without welfare. And we don't have a White History Month. And we are the ones that are not supposed to be on the Supreme Court. I mean, even the Catholics came here later.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I love Catholics. Don't get me wrong, you know, but it's the whole reason for the Constitution is because this idea that came out of Scandinavia and Northern Europe of like people being able to be free, and we need to acknowledge that. I mean, we should have like a Northern European month or a Scandinavian month.
Yeah. Interesting, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate your call. Eric in California.
Hey, I love you guys. I want to truck up there sometime and check you out on Sunday. I went to your Ramona show.
Right on.
In Ramona.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, take care, man. By the way, how old are you? Are you in your 50s or 40s or 30s or 20s or what?
53. I'm 53.
Okay. Nice, man. Great to hear from you. Call me again sometime.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Okay. Let's see what I can do in, what is that, 15 minutes? 15 or so minutes? This Baltimore murder, the details on it. Let's get to it. Cernovich tweeted out a few days ago, last week, I guess, the suspect, Billingsley, allegedly, before this incident, this is rough, cut a woman's neck. I don't want to say slit her throat because that sounds too rough, right? In another incident, right? And R-worded her, aped several times during the night. You know, violated her. S-word assault, sexual assault. Before tying her up with duct tape and lighting her on fire. This black guy who later went on to kill this Baltimore tech CEO, right? Court documents show this Billingsley guy, suspect in this murder, black, also allegedly handcuffed the woman's boyfriend and set him ablaze, set the place on fire. You know, I've reported cases of blacks setting whites on fire. I don't know too many cases of whites doing that to blacks, oddly. I have some pictures in this folder. Let's see, Hassan. Tech CEO murdered, Baltimore. Do I have any pictures in there? I think I do. This tech CEO who was murdered. A woman. Pava LaPere, 26-year-old CEO. The tender age of 26 of startup EcoMap Technologies. Found by a worker in her apartment building on Monday, a week ago, right? September 28th or something like that. A week ago, Monday. After she was reported missing. Something like that. Found on her apartment rooftop, died of strangulation and blunt force trauma. Rest in peace, gal. She was an entrepreneur, Pava LaPere. I don't know. Found dead, strangled and brutally beaten with a brick, court documents show. 26-year-old. Trauma wounds to her head, face, and body, per statement of charges filed to the District Court of Maryland for Baltimore City. Her suspected killer, Jason Billingsley, 32 years old. There she is. So a black dude, older than her, was arrested around 11 p.m. last Wednesday without incident, following a major manhunt, or male hunt, right? A man wouldn't do this. LaPere, I don't know. This, let me call her Pava, appeared to let Billingsley into the apartment building Friday night. Surveillance video showed. There he is. This guy's been in trouble like ever since he was 18 years old. What a mess. Killing people, violating them, doing brutal things to them, and going to jail, getting out of jail, going to prison, getting out of prison. So a man that authorities believe to be this suspect waved at her through the glass door to come over to him, court documents show, after which she opened the door spoke to him. You may have heard about this on American Anchor Baby, by the way. He covered it. The two got into the elevator. Pava, they got into the elevator together? What in the world? Pava lived and worked in that building. This Jason Billingsley suspect was also suspected of R-wording that woman whom I told you about from Cernovich's tweet. Days before this Pava's death, he was already under police surveillance. What? Look at that beautiful building. Found dead on the roof of that building. Where is this? Baltimore, Maryland. Beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. How far they've fallen. Population declining. Murders is through the roof. People leaving the city. There's some people staying there to make it better, but I say some, I mean like one. Billingsley was also suspected of raping that other woman, blah, blah, blah. They don't know whether it was targeted. He was also sentenced back in 2015 to 30 years in prison. 2015, 30 years, 2045. I don't know. I don't know math. But somehow he did not serve that whole sentence. 16 years suspended after he pleaded guilty to first-degree R-word, rape. So that was a prior R-word. So he's a repeat R-worder. This guy is, allegedly. I mean, reportedly, convictedly. We don't know convictions. The Maryland Sex Offender Registry shows he was released from prison October of 2022. So less than a year later, he does this mess. He, like JLP covered in what's that thing called? Manhood Hour. These guys cannot help themselves. Jeffrey Dahmer thing? Violent felon, according to the Daily Mail, violent felon. Shocking photos show charred basement where Jason Billingsley, prime suspect in Pava LaPere's killing, believed to have R-worded a woman, a mom, while her partner watched, and then set the home on fire. Arrested after 2 days on the run. Detectives were probing links between the slaying of her and the arson attack and the sex assault on another young couple. Look at that, crazy. He set the whole place on fire. Talk about destruction. That's not contributing to society. Gross, terrible. Yeah, and by the way, Cernovich said that this gal was anti-white or something in her tweets. I mean, she was a 26-year-old tech type of gal. Edumama-ficated. Look at her. This is her Twitter bio. I really like the ecosystems. Not the greener ones, but those two. CEO, making information around us more accessible. She was honored by Forbes, 30 under 30. 30 rising stars under 30 years of age, CEOs. And, you know, she wasn't big on Twitter. She had fewer followers than whom she was following. But yeah, she did kind of counter-signal the whites. She fell in, like you would expect, a young person, blind, brainwashed, edumama-ficated person, to fall into the anti-white fake narrative, right? She wasn't that... In 2021, she mocked companies that pretend to be all diverse when they're 95% white. Which, whether you support this fake diversity stuff or not, it's a mockable thing. So she seemed like a somewhat fair-minded woman. Was she being anti-racist by letting that black guy in? She works with black guys in her company. There's an interesting exchange from, I guess, 2021, a couple years ago, where this black guy was being all victim-minded. Oh, I've been applying to you guys, you tech companies, and you don't accept me. She big America first, Hake. Mildly attractive young lady. I use the term lady a little bit loosely. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, man, there's some crazy things from the suspect. At age 18, he did something to somebody, allegedly. Jump down to like 14 if you want to show these tweets, Hassan. Real quick. She's go to 14. Is that 14? Go to the one that says that has the picture of a whole bunch of blacks, and I guess she's in this picture. I don't see her. Yeah, there it is. She's like, our company is black and women owned. Oh, come on, gal. She can't help it. She's brainwashed into that stuff, right? Cut her some slack. She's dead. Rest in peace. Our company is capital B black and women owned, 50% not white, 50% female. We do not have education requirements, and we often hire very smart people without formal degrees. So she's trying to reason with this guy who's named Brenton Poke, who's all mad, and he becomes such a spoiled complainer guy. Go to the next one. She's trying to reason with this guy who's like saying, you don't hire me. You guys say, oh, you're not the right fit. She's all, I would strongly consider you reflect on why companies might not engage with you if this is your attitude towards them. So she's a reasonable gal. I mean, everybody has some reasonable moments, right? A blind squirrel finds a nut. Here's this. This part is lame. Last one, number 16. She goes, I'm skipping the part where he's complaining for the sake of time, right? Oh, okay, I won't skip this part. He's all, I've worked twice as hard as many you know and gotten a quarter as far, but you're white. You would get that far. I wouldn't no matter how hard I work, says this defeatist mindset black guy on Twitter. And she's engaging with him. She's trying to reason with him. She's all, you're right. I've absolutely had an advantage because I'm white. I don't even think she's a normal white. LaPere, is that French? Are French white? I'm just playing around. Don't get distracted. You do have to work harder, and that's absolutely unfair, says this mama spirit, 26-year-old, young, educated, liberal gal, tech CEO. But also my COO and my co-founder is black dude from Baltimore. Our head of engineering is black, capital B. 30% of our team is black, including many managers and engineers. She's trying to reason with him. So, I don't know why I'm saluting. I should be saluting the veterans. The veteran loser bums. Nah. We wish her well. Rest in peace, gal. She died, as Artie Art said, and JLP said. A lot of these liberals are dying, getting killed by kind of the policies that they support. What in the world is COO? Chief Operating Officer, maybe? That's just a wild guess. Yeah, thank you. Bill knows. She's with Earl now. Yeah, don't be trusting. Don't be trusting. Protect yourself. It's an evil world, and evil does not discriminate. How'd she die? She blunt force trauma, I guess, to many different places with a brick by that Jason Billingsley suspect, allegedly. Maybe it wasn't a black guy, but she let him in. He suckered her into letting him in. He got on the elevator with her, and then she was found dead on the roof some days later. It's serious out there. You know, show this, go into this, I don't know if I have time. Yeah, go into this folder real quick, the Street Preachers folder, and look for the suicide one. Because I want to show this guy, I've been meaning to show this for months. Chester Bennington, father of 6. He's a singer, or was, singer slash screamer in Lincoln Park. You guys remember Lincoln Park 20 years ago? 23 years ago? Talented guy from Arizona, I think. I forget where. Married this Hispanic gal, made a bunch of babies. I think she's Hispanic. I'm profiling based on the appearance of her. This was according to this Tumblr post. I was on Tumblr. That's right. Sometimes I go on Tumblr. And she took this selfie with some of the kids, their children, at the beach, I guess. One day before he took his own life, he hanged himself or something, right? He killed himself. Idiot. Listen to Satan. Terrible. I say months. This was less than 2 months ago that I saw this, apparently. Wow, look how happy he looked. Why did you do it? Listening to evil. Man, what a mess. He killed himself. Remember that? He was a Trump hater, by the way. You know, he's a liberal. He can't help it. All right, guys. Last super chat real quick. I think I saw a super chat. Bum, 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 bum. I thought I saw him. Oh, yes. Dijon Pao donated diamond. Queen of Graduates got a leakage problem. Yes, don't be a leaker. It's not good. Guys, this has been the Hake Report. Adios, America. Catch Wow HASSAN, Walking on Water HASSAN after this. Let's hear the AJ Gallardo original theme song. Bye. Oh, yeah, Chris Cornell killed himself, too. Bye. Adios, America. See ya. Bye.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. The Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
I just wanted to say that I've been listening to you for a few years now.